Hello, and welcome back to Shakir Adaire's Fashion History. Today, we will be taking a look at the history of Givenchy, as I'm sure you guys all know the brand Givenchy, and the elegant Audrey Hepburn. If you guys don't know who Audrey Hepburn is, she was an actress from the 1950s. And personally, I think she was the most elegant actress of all time. One of the most classiest ladies ever. Very classy, elegant, proper. And this guy right here, Hubert de Givenchy. Let's take a look at it. Now, during the filming of the movie Sabrina, Audrey Hepburn really knew. She knew that she wanted impeccable fashion. Now, the movie stars Audrey with legend Humphrey Bogart and William Holden. Now, she wanted something spectacular. And Givenchy was founded in 1952. And the movie was being filmed in 1953. She knew of Hubert and Givenchy, the brand, so she called upon him. And Givenchy did not know who Audrey Hepburn was. At that time, the brand Givenchy and Audrey were relatively new. So when I'm guessing her secretary or anybody was like, Miss Hepburn wants some dresses to try on and wants to do a test for the movie Sabrina. So he thinks it's this woman, Katharine Hepburn. No relation, no kin to Audrey, just the same last name. Now, Katharine Hepburn has been an actress from the 1930s, so everyone knows of Katharine Hepburn. He did not know who the elegant Audrey Hepburn was. But when he came, he dressed Audrey in the most impeccable gown for Sabrina. Look at this. Look and admire this. If this is not pure elegance and class, I don't know what is. This is beautiful. First of all, look at the detail. Look at the embroidery at the bottom. That is, first of all, I cannot stress it. And Audrey was like perfect for Givenchy. Here we go again. Same thing. I love this. If you guys haven't seen Sabrina, it's an amazing movie. Like I said, it's with William Holden and Humphrey Bogart. Definitely watch that because it's such a good movie. I can't stress it. It's one of my favorite movies from her. Yeah. Again. Now, if you look at Audrey's figure, you do notice that she's very slim. She's a very slim woman, flat-chested, flat-behind woman. And she was different from the actresses of the 50s and, the 40s. Let's take a look at Elizabeth Taylor. As we know, Elizabeth Taylor was very big-breasted. Not big-breasted, but she had large, decent-sized breast. She had hips and she had a behind. Marilyn Monroe was definitely known for that hourglass figure. She was known just for her body, just like she was for her face. Very shapely figure and decent breast. We look at Sophia Loren, who I think is the most voluptuous one out of both of them. Very big-breasted, tiny waist, big-hipped, big butt. So that really was the look of the 50s for the actresses. Curvy, voluptuous, gorgeous. And then we look at, and Dorothy Dandridge. Dorothy Dandridge right here. As you see, Dorothy Dandridge wasn't the most shapely woman like Marilyn and Elizabeth and Sophia, but Dorothy Dandridge did have some curve to her, and Dorothy Dandridge did have some breasts to her. I love this dress. Oh God, Dorothy Dandridge was beautiful. But if we look at Audrey, Audrey, you can see that she is very up and down. She's a very straight up and down woman. Didn't have any curves. And it's crazy that she came into an era where curvy was the thing. So Audrey was different from those. But, that's perfectly fine because she had been through some things. Audrey, I think she's British and Belgian. So when World War, I want to say II broke out, I know that she went through a lot, bulimia and everything. And I know that she had been, I don't know how long she had been dealing with cancer, but she did have cancer. But it was perfect for Hubert because she was the perfect size, just like his models. Most of the actresses of that time were very curvy and voluptuous and shapely, but supermodels of that time were thin, just like they are now. All supermodels have always had that really thin look to them, very, you know. So Audrey was perfect for that. So he had no problem dressing her. He didn't have to make any more different measurements because she was the perfect size, just like his models. And I love to see them together because this is just pure work. This is Hubert and Audrey again being dressing Audrey. Love them together. Now, Audrey's next movie was with the legendary Fred Astaire. And the movie literally was about fashion. And I know some pieces in the movie were designed by Edith Head, but the big pieces in the movie were designed by Hubert de Givenchy. So the wedding dress you see here for the movie, as you see, it's being designed by Hubert. I love this piece. This is, and the movie's called Funny Face. If you haven't seen the movie, definitely watch it. It's freaking iconic, especially if you're into fashion, because the movie's about fashion, and it takes place, I think it takes place in New York, and then they go to Paris, and it's really impactful. It's a great movie. Again, for Funny Face, I love this movie. I think it's a quote from Audrey Hepburn, and she says, "Elegance is the only beauty that never fades." I'm not sure if she really said that. I know a lot of actresses and actors are misquoted. But if that's not the right quote, then please correct me. But I love that quote in general, no matter who says it. I think it's great. And I love this look. And this is actually filmed in the Louvre. If you guys don't know what the Louvre is, probably go watch Beyonce and Jay-Z, their music video for Ape Shit. That was also filmed in the Louvre. But the Louvre is the most prestigious museum in Paris. And it has some of the most legendary artwork in it. The Mona Lisa, Van Gogh's, and everything. And I know the one in the back is the winged, I think it's Nike, the winged goddess of victory. So I love that. And this is Audrey and Givenchy going down the staircase. Love that scene. You guys should definitely watch the movie. Here we go again in front of the fountain for Funny Face. Audrey again with the balloons. Love this scene. And then this is Audrey and Fred Astaire. And I love this dress. I do. I actually do love it. And I think this is like one of my favorite pictures of Audrey in general, because this picture just screams class. It screams elegance, and it screams like wealth and beauty and elegance. And I love that. I love to see her in Givenchy, because it's really what she was about. Audrey was really known to wear a lot of Givenchy and Christian Dior. And in 1957, Hubert created a perfume specifically for Audrey, L'Antarctique. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, but you know, I actually have that perfume, and it's actually, personally, it's a love-hate relationship. Sometimes it smells like, you know, trash. Sometimes it smells good. It's kind of what I imagine Audrey's to smell like. Very fruity yet floral, but it's like, I don't know, it's something like a fruity and a floral with like some type of spice in it. I can't explain it, but it was designed specifically for her, and when he asked to put it out to the public, she said, "I forbid you." And he named the perfume Forbid in French, and I love that. And also, Audrey was the first celebrity to be the face of a perfume, which has since gone on down the line of celebrities being faces of designer perfumes. Like, I think, well, who was it? I know Kendall Jenner is a face of a perfume. What's that actress? Jennifer Lawrence is the face of a perfume for Christian Dior. So yeah, and I think it was Sophia Loren. I think she's the face of a perfume for by Coty. Literally was called Sophia though, but I love that. So Audrey really was the first one to ever do that. Now, going on to my favorite movie of Audrey's, and I think her most known movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Now, if you guys haven't seen that movie, I don't know what to say, because I have the damn movie on DVD and I have the book by Truman Capote, and you guys need to watch the movie or read the book. But it's funny because the role of Holly Golightly actually was made for, actually no, it wasn't made for, but suggested for Marilyn Monroe. Because Marilyn Monroe, she probably would have been able to play the role that was in the book. Because Audrey is playing a call girl, and when watching the movie the first go around, you wouldn't really think, oh, that's a call girl, because you're seeing this beautiful, elegant Givenchy creation. You wouldn't think of a call girl, wearing something like that. But in the beginning of the movie, you do see her get out of the cab on Fifth Avenue at 6 in the morning and standing in front of Tiffany, looking at the displays for Tiffany. So you wouldn't really think that she was a call girl in the movie. But no one really thought of Audrey Hepburn, the innocent, elegant actress, playing a call girl, but the role is still elegant itself. And she is wearing Givenchy creation. This is the most famous little black dress ever. And we all know that Coco Chanel originated the little black dress and has credit for it, but Givenchy really brought it to town. It really did. Excuse me. Here we go again. Miss Hepburn and Givenchy. And it's just something about those gloves. I love to see gloves. Something about gloves is, wow, I can't even stress that. But look at that. She's in front of Tiffany & Co. in Fifth Avenue. The movie was filmed in front of the store at 6 in the morning. This is another Givenchy creation for the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. This is Audrey Hepburn wearing Givenchy, and she's also wearing the Tiffany Diamond. She was the first, she was the second person ever. Only 3 people have worn the Tiffany Diamond in history. The first one was a socialite. The second was Audrey Hepburn for the promotion of the movie. And it also appeared in the movie once. I think it was like a little scene when she was in Tiffany's. And then the third one was Lady Gaga at the Academy Awards in 2019. So the Tiffany Diamond has only been worn in public 3 times. And the Tiffany Diamond is a big yellow diamond. It's like 30, 40 something carats. It is huge. And she is seen here wearing the Tiffany Diamond while wearing Givenchy. The creation again, the little black dress. Audrey again with her co-star, George Peppard. Here we go again. This is the Tiffany Diamond being put on Mrs. Hepburn. And around this time, she had just had a baby. But if you guys notice, she didn't really gain much weight. She bounced back to like her slim figure after she had her first son. So yeah, she was, always had weight problems. One of my favorite looks from Breakfast at Tiffany's, I really do love this look. First of all, I love the alligator shoes, the dress, the gloves. I love the sunglasses, and I love that hat. I do. I love that hat. Going on to 1963, I'm sure it was filmed in 62, but this is the movie Charade, and it co-stars Audrey with Cary Grant. It's a good, funny movie, but it will have you on the edge of your seat. Like, I'm so serious. If you watch this movie, it's so good. It's actually on YouTube for free. I'm so serious. But I love this movie. I love the creations that Givenchy did for Miss Hepburn. Very First Lady, very Jacqueline Kennedy Bouvier. So I love that. Audrey again for Charade. I love this look. I love the leather gloves. I love leather gloves. I really do. It's just something about leather gloves. Like, man. Audrey Hepburn again for Charade. I remember this scene. I love this scene. Audrey Hepburn again. First of all, Audrey has such an innocent face. She's just about innocence, elegance, and class, and intelligence. That's all she really was about, and I love that. If you guys haven't heard her speak, she speaks so proper and so elegant. That really inspires me because she's just really perfect. This is Audrey Hepburn for the 1964 film Paris When It Sizzles. And actually, this movie was actually filmed in 1962, but didn't come out till 64. I'm pretty sure because of Charade and everything. But this is Givenchy again. This is Audrey with longer hair, and I have to ask you guys, doesn't she kind of resembles like a vintage Ariana Grande, or is that just me? Because I kind of see it. I kind of do. But as you see, like I said, right, she's very thin. But this is also Givenchy. More Givenchy for Paris When It Sizzles. Givenchy. And I love this look here. Very, very classy. Givenchy. Love this look. Givenchy. More Givenchy. Now this is a movie in the later 60s. I believe this is 67. No, 67, 66. This is How to Steal a Million. And I've never really seen Audrey in something like this, something really sexy and laced up but this is also Givenchy. I love the mask. I love the eye mask. It's wow. I do love this. This is something different for Audrey. I've never really seen her in something like this. When you think of the 50s Audrey, you think of just class and this. And this is classy too, but this has more so of a sex appeal to it. As well as her eye makeup. Her eye makeup was very 60s. Also, How to Steal a Million. Look at those diamond earrings. And also in Givenchy. The hairstyle is very 60s too. How to Steal a Million again. It's just something about that face mask. More How to Steal a Million. Look at the stockings on that. I love this. Then we go on, because I think Audrey didn't really do much in the 70s. But in the 80s, appearing back on the scene, still being loyal to Givenchy and Dior, but really Givenchy. And it's very, it's a good thing to say that Hubert stayed with Givenchy from 53, and I think he was I want to say one of the longest people to run his couture fashion house. So this is Audrey and Givenchy in the 80s. Audrey and Givenchy again, 80s. I want to say late 80s, early 90s, but I love this. First of all, this is one of my favorite things I've ever seen her wear. I love this. This is also Hubert de Givenchy creation. I love this. The earrings and everything. Audrey, again. Audrey and her co-star from the first official movie that she was ever in, that earned her first Academy Award. This is Gregory Peck. And Audrey wearing a Givenchy. Audrey in the 1980s with Hubert himself. Again, I love this dress. I love the way this looks. This is just such oh my god. This is just nothing but class. I love this. I love to see them together. All Givenchy. Look at that. I love 80s fashion. I love 80s Givenchy. I love 80s fashion in general, but the 80s Givenchy was something. I want to say this is Audrey and at Hubert's house. I think so. And early 90s, in 1993, Audrey Hepburn, the classy, elegant, attractive Audrey Hepburn, passed away at her home in Switzerland. She was only in her she was only in her 60s when she passed, or late 50s, I believe, when she passed. She passed away from cancer. She passed away from cancer. Very sad. But when she passed away, in 2018, Hubert de Givenchy passed away. He kept being the creative director of Givenchy until 97. Then he stepped down. But in 2018, Hubert de Givenchy passed away. These two together were a fashion powerhouse. No other celebrity and a designer can come close to Audrey and Givenchy. These two together, fashion, a force to be reckoned with. And Givenchy was just known not to just design for Audrey. He designed for many celebrities, like Eartha Kitt being dressed by Hubert. Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy. And Elizabeth Taylor. Hubert de Givenchy designed the entire wardrobe for Elizabeth Taylor's 1963 film, The VIPs, which she co-starred in with her husband, Richard Burton. Elizabeth Taylor is wearing full Givenchy with the jewelry by Bulgari. But nothing comes close to these two. They're just a fashion powerhouse. The legacy of Givenchy still goes on today with different creative directors, but still has the timeless elegance and class that it had when Audrey was around. Although the brand has definitely changed, and I've seen a lot of stuff that is kind of, but Givenchy will always be remembered for his timeless elegance and fashion, and dressing the world's most elegant, classy actress, Audrey Hepburn. I am Shakir Astaire. Stay tuned for more fashion history videos.